Oh, okay.
I said it earlier! Hello guys, and welcome back to Battle of the Recipes. So if you guys have not seen this series yet, go check out the past episodes because this is like one of my favorite series we've ever done on the channel and you guys love it too. Episode 1, Haley versus Selena. Episode 2 was Gordon Ramsay versus Guy Fieri. Basically the premise is I get 2 recipes that have ingredients and steps on them. I don't know whose recipes they are. I don't know exactly what they are, but we're gonna make them together. And then at the end, I'm gonna rate them on how easy was it to make, the taste, and the look. And then we'll add them all up and decide who had the better recipe. So without further ado, let's get cooking. All right, I have not looked at these recipes yet. Let's look at them together. Wanna see any commonalities? What are we making today? Okay, I'm seeing butter, sugar, flour on both of them, which off the bat, to me, I think cookie, I think pastry, I think some sort of baked good. One of which seems to have spices, one of which seems to have chocolate chips. So I'm assuming like a chocolate chip cookie of some sort and maybe like a spicy cookie of some sort. I see that this one you need to chill for 3 hours or ideally overnight. I have a chocolate chip cookie recipe that also, wait, is this my recipe? No, it's not my recipe. But I do say you can chill it overnight. So we're gonna start with this one. Welcome to the pantry. Look at my cool ladder. Pull it out. I'm still too short though to reach the top, so we might need Kel for a second. Let's get in here, it's messy. Light brown sugar, white sugar, high sugar,
High sugar.
high sugar, all-purpose flour, cake flour, baking powder, cinnamon salt. Easy! This is gonna be a piece of cake or a cookie. White chocolate chips, they specified Ghirardelli. That is rich. Pecans are optional. I prefer no pecans, but if they want pecans, then we'll add the pecans. Alrighty, it seems as though we have everything. 3 sticks of butter for this is crazy. We're gonna start by melting 1.5 cups of butter. This is a lot of butter, but that means this recipe is gonna taste extra good. I'm gonna throw this into a bowl and it starts by melting it, which normally cookies have a softened butter base. Butter going in the microwave. Oh, and then we have to let it cool for 15 to 20 minutes in the mixer. My God. Already off the bat, a little bit of a tedious recipe. And you have to let it chill overnight. I'm gonna be here for a while. Give her a little mix. It said do not over melt. 20 seconds more. La-da-dee, la-da-da, la-da-dee, la-da-da, la-da-dee. All right, who would have a chocolate chip cookie? That's the thing. Absolutely anybody could have a chocolate chip cookie recipe. This is not groundbreaking. It is looking like a crab leg jacuzzi. We should do one where we make crab legs because I want crab legs. Mmm, clumps of butter still in there. Yum. One more interval and then we should be good to go. Can I have like hints on who these may be?
No.
I can't have any hints.
Maybe they are romantically linked.
Oh, that's a good hint. There's a bond.
A sexual bond?
No.
Now we're gonna take our butter, pour it into the stand mixer, and we're gonna let this cool for 15 to 20 minutes. This seems like an extra step, but I will say I like how descriptive the steps are. Something I've never seen before, never been done before. Very unique. And we'll let all that liquid gold just sit. Forbidden soup. So we let our butter cool in the stand mixer for 15 minutes. In the meantime, I measured out all of our ingredients that we need. So let's start throwing everything in here. We're now gonna add our brown sugar and white sugar to the butter mixture and mix for 4 minutes. Got the clump of the brown sugar. Get in there, girl. It already smells amazing. And this should yield like 100 cookies. There is so much butter and so much sugar in this. Yank her up. Woo! Start slow and then gain speed. And we let this go for 4 minutes. I will say it doesn't specify medium, slow, high. I'm just gonna guess. You're so cute, Miss Lou. You're so cute, Miss Lou. Ooh! She's creaming. All right, our butter and sugar has been creamed together. It looks like a delicious caramel sauce. And now the recipe says to scrape down the sides. It doesn't say use a cooking with Remy spatula, but you should. In case you didn't know, this is a very standard start to a lot of cookie recipes, creaming the butter and the sugar together. And now I've got my 1 whole egg, 1 egg yolk, and vanilla extract that I'm gonna pour into my mixture. Mmm, the plop. And now we cream it again. All right, now for the next step. I've never seen this done ever. I'm so curious with all these like specific little instructions if it really is gonna make a big difference to the cookies. I have to believe it's for a reason. Now I'm gonna take 2 tablespoons of hot water. I'm gonna microwave the water to get it hot, and then I'm gonna stir in my baking soda to dissolve it and then put it in here. I mean, maybe I'm learning a new cooking technique that I never knew before. Again, it doesn't specify how long to microwave it, like how hot is my water supposed to be. I'm gonna do a minute. I feel like that's a good baseline, but not quite sure. Hopefully I do it right. Ooh, it's hot, it's hot, it's hot, it's hot. Hot! I feel as though we might have a chemical reaction. Bubbles! I guess this is a good way to ensure that it gets evenly distributed versus like pockets of baking soda. Now, using my oven mitts, I'm gonna pour the hot water into the mixture. Ooh. Okay, now we're gonna make our dry mixture in a separate bowl. I have 1 cup of cake flour, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and then I have our salt, cinnamon, and baking powder in here. We're gonna put this in. And then now the recipe says to add this mixture in a 1/2 cup at a time. Again, a little laborious, but hopefully will be worth it. We'll start with our first 1/2 cup and then mix it. Next 1/2 cup, mix again. All right, our dough is starting to come together. And then the last step is just to mix in all of our mix-ins. Here's our dough. That looks good. I feel like it's just as much mix-ins as it is cookie dough. I prefer more cookie dough, but also it might be delicious. Mix it all together by hand. It looks very like s'moresy. Put this in the refrigerator for at least 3 hours to chill, ideally overnight. The purpose of putting it in the fridge is right now, obviously, this cookie dough is room temp. So by chilling the dough and letting it set up in the fridge and then making your little dough balls, throwing it into the oven, something cold is hitting the oven. It's not going to spread out nearly as quickly and it'll stay nice and thick. All right, let's plop her out. Ooh, it's heavy. I'm going to wrap this all up now. Try and get the air out. Wrap it up like a Chipotle burrito perhaps, and stick her in the fridge. Moving on to recipe number 2. We have the first batch still chilling in the fridge. It's been a couple hours. We had a lunch break. We've been hanging out. And now we have a little time to throw this together. And then these are gonna chill for the last hour. So these already look significantly easier. Start in our mixer again. Beat our butter and add our vegetable oil. Oh, also right off the top, I already prepped everything. This has a chai tea bag put into the flour mixture. Like I knew I could ingest what is in a tea bag, but like opening it up and eating what's inside is still really crazy to me. With the chai tea bag, I for years have been getting requests from you guys to make Taylor Swift's chai tea cookies. I'm gonna be honest, I've never looked furthermore into it. I don't know if it's her recipe. I don't know if it's like her grandma's recipe. I also didn't even know chai tea cookies are really a thing. Regardless, I correlate chai tea cookies with Taylor Swift in my brain, and I'm assuming these are Taylor Swift's chai tea cookies if I put a bag of chai tea into the flour. And now I'm trying to think whose are the first recipe. We're gonna take 1 stick of softened butter, put her in there. Beautiful. Butter. I've never mixed oil and butter, but we're starting with a nice fatty base. And then we beat those together. Seems weird. Oily butter. Yum. I do think my butter could have been a little bit more softened, but we're gonna make her work. Now we're gonna add in our sugar, powdered sugar, egg, and vanilla. We're already like halfway done. This is so much easier. Sugar going in. I will say, I don't know if I'm a chai tea fan. I'm not like a big fan of spicy things. I like cinnamon, and that's kind of where I draw the line, but I mean, I'll do anything for Taylor Swift. So this might not be Taylor Swift's recipe, but I'm just gonna keep going with it in my head. Now we beat. Ooh. Last but not least, we just add in our flour mixture, and this is the flour, the baking soda, the salt, and the tea. And you mix it and you're done. This was incredible already off the bat. So easy and smells like the holidays. I also don't have to do this in batches. It simply says put it all in there and mix, which I love. Hi, Nunus. Do you smell it, Nunus? And we're done. Wow, that took like maybe 5 minutes tops. That was so easy. The dough looks really good. It smells good. So I'm really intrigued to see if I'm gonna like this or not. But let's wrap her up. Wrap her up, brethren. Delicious! Just like the slightest bit of spice, but like very minimal. I love that. And then we cover this up and let this chill for an hour. Beautiful. Ooh, that dough is good. I got a little salt in my mouth. Oh, this is so much work. Now I have to take the dough out and let it come to room temperature. Okay, dough number 1 is done. I have to let that cool now. We're gonna speculate while we wait for this. Maybe by the time I'm done with this, it'll be ready. I'm gonna go with the theory that cookie number 2 is Taylor Swift's chai tea cookies. So then that means that number 1 has to somehow correlate. Now, who could it be? We could go friendship. We could go Abigail. We could go boyfriend. We could go ex-boyfriend. Like maybe these are like Jake Gyllenhaal's grandmas, but we're not gonna, no. I'm just gonna roast his grandma. I don't know why I do that. Seems probably a nice lady. Let's go It could be Andrea. You know what? Nuts. You know who likes nuts? Older people. I think maybe it is like a grandma, a mom's recipe. Do you agree? Older people like nuts in their cookies? That's like a thing. That's a thing, right? Okay. It could be like Travis Kelce's mom's cookies, perhaps. I don't think they're Travis Kelce's because I can't imagine Travis Kelce has time to make cookies between all his brand deals and playing on the football field. So we're gonna make these and I'll keep thinking. Still not room temp though. To help bring it to room temp, I'm just gonna stick her in my jacket for a bit and walk around. Wait, actually, we should make the glaze for number 2 while we wait. Let's do that. Powdered sugar, we need nutmeg. I hope I have nutmeg. For the glaze, we need powdered sugar, nutmeg, cinnamon, and a little bit of milk. Also, it says that you can use eggnog. Eggnog is not in season, but if I love these, I will be making these for a holiday party or something because they're so easy to make. Powdered sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg. 2 tablespoons of milk or eggnog. I will say, there are no instructions on how to make the glaze. It simply just has the ingredients. So I feel like most people can put it together, but I am gonna knock a point off because maybe people don't know how to make a glaze and that is confusing for people. But all you're gonna do is put the powdered things into a bowl and then pour your liquids on top and you mix it together. It does seem as though it might need more liquid. This feels very clumpy. Okay, I doubled the amount of milk. Let's see if that makes a difference. I'm just not sure. Are we looking for like frosting consistency or are we looking for like a glaze would be much thinner than this? Okay, I ended up adding 5 tablespoons of milk to get what I would consider a glaze. I guess I shouldn't have changed the recipe though. Sorry. Very, very sweet. I would personally thin it out a lot more, but we'll leave it as is. Our dough actually feels room temp again. It's nice and soft. I think we are ready to roll this out into cookies. Before baking, make sure the dough is at room temperature. Scoop dough onto baking sheet, leaving 2 inches between scoops 5 minutes before baking. So to give these cookies a fair shot, I want to bake them at the same time because I don't want one cookie to be like hot and fresh and have the other ones like waiting. You know, I want them both to be judged fairly. Since the instructions don't specify how big to make the cookies, I'm going to model it after my cakey cookie recipe, which also has cake flour. So I'm gonna go for 6 ounces. And then for mine, I just like shape them into little like hockey pucks. 6 on the dot. And now we let them sit for 5 minutes, I guess, and bake, question mark? I don't know. I tried the other dough, so now I have to try this dough. Bomb. Batch number 2 has chilled. Line the cookie sheet with tablespoons of dough drops. I can do that. I got my baby ice cream scoop. Perfect. Okay, those are so cute. Oh, and covered with sugar. I'm just gonna take my spoon and just put a little bit on top, I guess. A little dusting, I guess. I hope this is right. I like how simple this recipe was, but I do think I could have used a little bit more instructions. Now it says 9-ish minutes in the oven. I like the 9-ish. And then when they come out, we let them cool and then put the icing on. The other ones are gonna go in for 13 to 15 minutes. Let's put them in and see how this goes. All right, cookie number 2 is done. Now all we have to do is cover with icing when cool completely. When cooled, not when cool. Well, we're gonna put our glaze on top now. Give it a good mix. They're like so cute and small. Oh, you know what they remind me of though? Those sugar cookies I hate. I think the glaze is already hardening. It looks really cute. Cookie number 1 is ready and they are massive. And finally, after, what was that, like 5 hours, we've got batch number 1, batch number 2. They both look so beautiful and so different and also smell amazing. While these were baking, I had some other ideas as to whose cookies these might be. Again, if I'm going off these being Taylor Swift's chai cookies, I think this could maybe be Taylor's mom or Carly Kloss. I'm officially locking those ones in. Let's get into our rating system rubric, shall we? First off, we are judging on how easy were they to make. Chai Taylor Swift cookies, I'm gonna give it an 8. I thought they were super simple. Points off for the glaze measurements for what I think being off. Otherwise, we'd have clumps of powdered sugar right now, and for no instructions for the glaze. Other than that, very easy to follow. Cookie number 1, which I'm gonna call Taylor's mom's cookies. I love you, Andrea, but I mean, okay, if they taste amazing, then I think it was possibly worth the work, but I think I would give it a 5. It just felt like there were a lot of steps here. Now, based on how they look, okay, these are so cute. I think I would give it a 10 if it maybe had like a garnish on top. Like I was thinking when I pulled them out, like instead of sprinkling the sugar on top of the cookie before baking, like maybe a little cinnamon sugar on top would be cute. Based on that, I'm gonna give it a 9. And these, they're not the most beautiful looking cookie I've ever seen. I'm sure whoever makes them, if you look at the photo, they're like probably a regular sized cookie. I also think if I weren't able to chill it overnight, it would be smaller. But based on that, how they look, I'm gonna give this a, you know what, it's pretty cute. I'd give it like a 6.5. If I got this at the mall, I'd be stoked. Nah, I'm gonna give it a 7. Now for the most exciting part, we're gonna taste test. I'm gonna go with the chocolate chip cookie first, which I think it's the most amazing smelling cookie I've ever smelled in my life. It smells like caramelized and it's like gooey and soft on the inside if you can see. It's perfect. The chocolate is melted. Here we go.
Uh-oh, nurse.
I need a moment.
Is that a tear?
That was better than my chocolate chip cookies. I'm floored. Oh my God. I have chills. I actually got chills. You know when I shut the fuck up, it's good. Oh my God. I'm having a religious experience. No wonder they're so good. If she could birth Taylor Swift, of course they'd be so good. I think actually the best cookie I've ever had in my life. And I have to say, I was already thinking between the milk chocolate and the white chocolate. I'm sorry for shitting on nuts. I'm so sorry. I thought it was gonna be too sweet, but oh my God. It made all of the steps worthwhile. I don't even want to eat this anymore. It's just so, no, I'm just kidding. But like, I really like that. Let me like cleanse my palate, but flavor, 10 out of 10, absolutely. I don't know if that's gonna save it, but like, oh my God, that's amazing. I can't wait to let the dough actually sit overnight because I'm not gonna make more cookies today. Have them be prepared how Andrea actually wanted them. I also love that I'm just going with Andrea and Taylor. So I really don't know. It could be like Timothy Chalamet. Off the bat, smells really cute. Really cute. Smells like a holiday. Like I feel like I'm doing Vlogmas and suffering.
Now you going back to the other cookie.
I don't like them. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I will say, are not bad. They do remind me of the Loft House cookies that I would like to see burn and never be released again. The chai flavor is actually very nice. I feel like that actually saved it for me. I think it's just the icing is way too sugary. The cookie is good. I would eat the cookie, I think, on its own. But even then, I'd rather have a chocolate chip cookie over this one. I'm gonna go with a 3, maybe a 3.5. It's not bad by any means. If you like those soft cookies, you're going to love this. I would not make these again. I will be making these again. I think this is a Taylor Swift chai cookie.
Well, just based off looks, these look way better.
You think these look better than this?
Absolutely.
Really? These are so cute.
I'm not a fan of like frosted cookies.
Oh, you're not gonna like that. Take a bite.
Whoa.
I know, right?
The frosting's aggressive.
That's what I said. Try this cookie right now. Isn't that one of the best cookies you've ever eaten? Isn't it so good?
Oh, it's up there.
We went into the final scores.
These chocolate chip cookies have a final score of 22.
22 out of 30. That's pretty
Wow.
good. Like the song.
The sugar cookies have a total score of 20.
Nice.
They should win. I was so nervous. Who made these recipes? Okay, you look first, Cal, and you react for me.
Oh, okay.
I said it earlier. I said a mom would put nuts in her cookies. It's Taylor Swift and Donna Kelce. I already loved her. You can attest, don't I love her?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I gotta try these again, maybe because maybe I didn't do it right or something, but these cookies win. This was my favorite recipe that I've ever made on this series and quite possibly ever on my channel. On that note, thanks for watching Battle of the Recipes. Let us know in the comments who you guys wanna see next time. I can't believe I should have gone back and said it. And I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!